It's been a long time coming. A lot of dope running, hustling, try to dodge these cases.
Hmm.
Boys been telling, the streets been ready. So I had to go back to the basics. You know who that is, Brandon?
I do. It's
Who is
Yo Gotti. It's Yo Gotti. I
yeah.
had to think about it, but yeah,
The one and only album I got of Young Gotti. And
Yo
I think it's
Gotti. Hmm.
probably his best
Yeah,
one.
that's what I'm about
Out.
to say. I really like the beat selection on that one. That was back to the basics. That was old Yo Gotti, like before he got some money. You could tell he was he was still really kind of hustling still in a bad
Yeah.
record deal. So and that's
He
how
had
I
a
like
got
rap. Like, rappers when they're early on, it's just they have a different hunger. They really trying to make it. And then when you make it, you have all the money. It's not in you really like it was. So I don't necessarily like your music. I don't listen to Yo Gotti now. Like he had a project, it was all right.
it's more poppy stuff, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. And just bragging. I think he owns a football, which is a soccer team. He owns like a soccer team and stuff like that. Like, it's just it don't hit the same. We when you sing them verses, like them verses, you know what he talking about. Like you feel that.
Hell yeah. That song is not too many people who the introduction could be
Mhm.
the best song on the album.
Right, right.
Little Wayne, his the Carter,
Yeah.
the Carter one,
Hmm.
that could have been it was real tight. That could have been the best song on the album is the introduction.
Yeah. And which one you talking about? You talking about the Carter one or the Carter two? Because he had like the fly in and what he was kind of rapping on the same beat, like showing you around the Carter. Is that the one? Or are you talking about?
The Carter one and
Hmm.
the Carter two.
Hmm.
I see the Carter two had very real good songs
Yeah,
throughout
it
it.
did. Hmm.
But see, he did that fly in, and the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
she had like three
Mhm.
parts on the Carter
Yeah.
two. But the first song on the Carter, I believe, is the best song. I came back around. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
that's
about?
the one. That's the one. That's the one I like. Yeah, when he started, I mean, when Lil Wayne was rapping in that era right there, that time, like he was really the best rapper alive, and he would show you over and over and over again through mixtapes and everything. Like we don't get that kind of music or that kind of craftsmanship now. Like nobody's really going head to head like that or claiming that they're the best. It just don't feel the same. Like they put music out, they go to the club, and another rapper put music out, they go to the club promote it. It's just nobody. People are scared to do that. People are scared to stand on. I'm the best.
During that time, 2003, 2004, Eminem said he would not f with Little Wayne
Right.
because he was how little Eminem was on drugs. In he said I wouldn't touch that man. He ain't going
Right.
around near that man.
Right. So
And
do
he
you? Huh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you
and he
finish.
was Brandon. He was bad. And the
He's bad
album,
now, but he's not focused like he was back then.
well, I say probably a little more. The album before
Mhm.
uh the Carter, I think 500 Degrees.
Yeah, yeah. I like that album too.
He started to steal that what's that, Gilly and the Kid?
Hmm.
Cause that's the one
But his
who get
flow,
and that's the one who gave him style.
right, right. That's what I'm about to say. He was still young and trying to develop into an artist and develop his rapping style. And he kind of when I think 500 Degrees and maybe the album before that, when they was doing Hot Boy and stuff like that, he was kind of messing with different styles. So you'll hear him flow a little different on some songs.
Man, that 500 Degrees was different, Brandon.
Go
My
ahead.
favorite Lil Wayne verse is I be burning up. I be
Right,
like a firecracker. These niggas can't phase me because you
right.
know I taking care of my baby.
But
Follow
but
me
that's what I'm
now.
but
You
that's what I'm
see?
saying. Like he was rhyming and singing at the same time, but he kind of got away from that somewhat, and he's done a rock album where he's kind of singing and doing a little more of that. But he's got a lot of different styles. But if you ask me what's Lil Wayne's style, he likes bars. He'll sing a little bit, but I think he was kind of playing with.
Sing.
Hmm?
I ain't know what singing did you hear him sing before? That's when you got me confused now.
But what you just did, a melody, kind of like
No,
I guess
that's
how Young Thug.
cartoons.
You said it's cartoon.
Like a firecracker.
And then what's the next line? These
These
niggas
niggas
can't
can't fade
take. Yeah, right. That's what I'm
because I
saying.
know I
Like,
take care of my baby. Follow me now, follow me now, boy,
but he
with the
was
hot
switching it up.
boy.
That's what I'm saying. He was switching it up. It wasn't just like the same thing, line, 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 line. or like how he did on the Millie, he just kind of was rapping, rapping, but he didn't switch it up or like slow it down, or that's what I'm trying to say. Like he just was in a period where he was just rapping and trying to have the best bars, and I think that's when he was doing his best rapper alive thing. No,
No, well, no. I
I'm just
say
want
his,
to. I'm just go ahead.
I would say his bars are hotter now because somehow these what people want. They gotta have the bars. They gotta have the bars. But back then, he had a little bars and he made a good song, a real good song
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
same time.
And I think you're right. You're right, because that's the problem now. He's not making good songs now, but he's rapping. I guess that's the thing. Like, because I can't really name, because he dropped a lot of projects, but I can't really name a song that he's made that's been like Lollipop or a Millie or something like that. Like he could do it if he wants. I just don't think that's where he is in life.
I think he think that's too simple to
Yeah.
make a overall good music because now people want bars, bars after bars after bars.
Yeah. And I think he's like, you know what? Drake can make these songs that everybody loves. Like I can't. He saw that he can't do what Drake does, or he can't do what Nicki does, or he's tired of trying to do that. He just want to make. I'm not sure if he making money off of them, but he's like, look, they got it now. I've done my work. I've done my albums. I'm submitted. What else do I need to do? What else do I need to prove? Because when you get to a certain point, it's only downhill from there. Like you're not just gonna keep going. I don't think. What'd you say? Go ahead.
Drake used analytics to make hot songs.
Oh, that's what you want. Okay.
And when Drake, let's not forget, Drake dropped the album last year. I guess it was him, and it flopped.
Let me ask you, did you listen to the album though?
I ain't listening to no Drake album.
But why not? It's good music on there. And like I said, I think he was saying he was making house music, which is fine. Like I say, I like Drake's melody. I can kind of play some of his music with my daughter. It's just he's not. I mean, even though he does rap about murder and killing now because he's a gangster, but for the most part, he does make commercial songs. He knows how to make songs that are gonna be worldwide hits.
He's analytical. So if he want to be the best selling person, he got it. He got it.
But how do people do that? Is it a system? Is that why we like Drake, or is it just?
It's a system. He got his whole crew. Find out what the black people rocking to, and let me get those writers, and we write together and get the beat. I want the beat, so everybody. I want all radio stuff, and then we could rock too. But like I said before, he made that one album about himself, and the bitch went flop. That's right. That's who he is.
So, and when you say flop, it did well, but it didn't do it didn't do Drake numbers. It didn't do the typical Drake numbers.
I ain't not hear one song on the radio, Brandon.
No, they not. But why would they not play? Why would they not play any of those? Because if you listen to the album, it's a decent album to listen to. It's not any hits on there. It's just good elevator music. I would say that it's just music you can play that sounds good.
And watch this. We got a clip on here with George Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
George Wallace said, when black people disappear off the planet, you won't hear no music on the radio. When white people disappear off the planet, you won't hear no music in the elevators. So Brandon just said this man did an elevator album.
He did.
and that's why he didn't have a single from it. And six to 8 months later, him and 21 Savage, he said, "Oh man, I had to get some. Man, I fucked up."
Oh, no, I agree. I think he dropped the album. It's an elevator music album. It's I'm on a cruise album. I'm out the country album. I think it's one of those kind of things, and that's what happens when these artists get to a certain level. They're unrelated. You can't really relate to them, and they're on a different plane. They've already been on a different playing field, but it's just not the same Drake that we used to like. I'm not saying you used to like Drake, but it's not the same Drake, the corny one, falling off the stage, breaking his ankle, because that was Drake at one point, but people kind of forget about that Drake. Now we got Mob Ties Drake, and you don't want to cross. He's buying a plane, and I guess he sold some of his catalog or something like that. You know, I don't know. It's just a different Drake.
Now,
He's got braids now.
When you heard a Jewish man selling some of his property, when did you hear that?
Well, they do sell to their own, I guess. So is it somebody else? Does he own it still, or is he doing a partnership with another group?
I believe Drake, once the deal stopped with Cash Money, he had his whole setup ready to go, lined out, ready. Producers, we own all our stuff. I forgot the name of his record deal.
But you know what? It's not just him. He has a team behind him that knows what they're doing. They know the music industry. They know what kind of contract and what kind of situation he needs to set up next. It's not just how these other rappers are moving around and they're getting jerked. He has people that's making the right decisions for his career.
Since it's February and this is Black History Month, let's talk about Black history.
Okay, go ahead.
Drake done the same thing Machine Gun Kelly done.
Okay.
All right. Both of them Caucasian mans, Anglo-Saxons.
No, that's not true.
Hey, what does mama look like? You say your mama, who your mama is? All right. Both of them Anglo-Saxons.
Okay.
Per their mamas. They jumped on a black bandwagon.
Okay.
Sucked up everything, all they could suck up. Build a name for yourself under the black man. Once that contract was up, pow! They switched, they changed on you, man. They changed like people change draws, man, once a week.
I get what you're saying. So you look at Drake as a culture vulture, kind of, even though he does have melanin in his skin.
First of all, he can't go to the beach without suntan lotion. Second, Drake in 2007, I told you what he said. What kind of woman do you desire?
You're right.
Every more woman stuff people forget. Weighed 100 pounds with no curves, looked like a damn skeleton with some pants on. That's the kind of woman he wanted.
Right. And you can kind of, I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but look at the woman he had a baby with. That'll tell you a lot too. So
that will tell you a lot. We need to interview that porn star and ask her, how did she get Drake to go outside his character and impregnate her if that's his child? Who knows? I didn't see no reports.
Right. I saw him do an interview with I'm not sure if it was maybe not Bleacher Report. It was one of those Barstool, maybe Barstool Sports or something like that, where he had his son doing an interview with them, and then they interviewed Drake too, and they were just asking him a bunch of questions. I didn't realize his son is that old. His son dribbling basketball, doing all kind of stuff. So a lot of time has passed by. Drake is a father. His life is changing, I guess, and just having kids, your music is gonna change too. You know, it's not the same. I think he's looking for a new sound. I think that's why he did an album with 21 Savage.
That's his old style. That's his I ain't know. I told you I ain't never listened to a Drake album.
But why not? But why not?
Brandon, if I want to go to the Humbarner's Banging Circus to see some clown shit, I got a feeling his album is great. I heard a song when they played on the Super Bowl. I said, damn, that's a new Drake song. I looked it up. That shit came out 10 years ago. but it was great. But I haven't had the privilege or the luxury to listen to none of his albums.
Yeah, I think his older stuff is better. It's more substance wise, for you. But I don't know. I guess we're getting to the age where the type of rap we listen to, I don't know. I was going to ask you what artists do you gravitate to now? Because I mean, it's clearly not Drake.
I like Drake. I like his radio. He make excellent radio songs. I like all his radio songs. Every single one he dropped, I liked them.
What about Gunna? Have you listened to any Gunna music?
No, you don't listen to them damn Gunna.
Why not? Why not?
Only Gunna song I heard, or two Gunna songs I heard, is not in his songs. I heard him with Little Baby with the bad. What's the first hit he had with Little Baby? Him and Gunna.
Drip Too Hard, something like that.
Yeah, Drip Too Hard.
But like I said, that's a good song, right? Like, melody wise, and just how it sounds, and just all the things that make a good rap song. You can say that's a good rap song.
Brandon, that song's 6 years old, Brandon. 5 years old.
I understand, but all their music sounds the same to me. Like, I'll still listen to it.
How about ski? Ski. How about that song?
Right. And and that's another thing that Drake is doing too. He's looking for songs that they can do TikTok stuff with, because that just brings them money a different way. And I think that's what's going on in the music business. And it affects the sound of music.
Lil Uzi.
Mm-hmm.
Google what's his name? Lil Uzi?
Yeah, Lil
Uzi Vert. Yeah. Google him and see some of the feminine mannerisms of this man.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl was last week, right, Brandon?
It was.
You got some of the biggest, strongest man in the world fighting on the field, and they getting crump off of what's that little thing they do? They getting hype off of a feminine guy with it's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, but your hips should not be swinging when you 230 pounds.
We got a new generation of men and a new culture. So that's part of the culture, doing dances, being flexible, rocking your hips, doing all that kind of stuff.
The only move that's acceptable is when the white guy did the stanky leg. Because you only moving one leg.
Right.
But these dances guys be doing, they be,
you gotta pop and do all that. Right.
Yeah. But the stanky leg is different. You could tell a lady, this is how I get down if you want to try it. That's how that appears to me.
Yeah, but is that an influence from media, from the controller of media? Is that something they want to do? Because Brandon, not to cross over too quick, but I do want to talk about this picture, because it is Black History Month. We're talking about men, strong men. I'm looking forward to seeing Creed 3. I didn't see Creed 2. I saw Creed 1. I'm looking forward. I like the storyline of this new Creed. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. And this dude looked like, because I didn't see this, but I saw the trailer. The dude looked like he might take Creed out. So I'm a hype for the movie. Then I see this, and it makes me think about how they want Black men viewed and how they're emasculating us. And I want to touch on the Rihanna and ASAP Rocky thing too, but we'll stay on this for right now. Why would they? Because I had to look, when I looked this picture up, they have other photos with this I guess photo shoot. But why is this one? Why did they make him do this one in this picture? Why did they make him pose like that and have his lips like that?
That's what I was about to say. And I was about to, Brandon, all I'm saying, they only want Black guys,
correct,
to look in a
feminine,
man. Don't put words in my mouth now. they only want Black guys to look in a soft,
non-threatening.
Mm-hmm. So I can tell you right now, if this is one of he appears to be very in shape.
Right.
If he went to Ukraine right now dressed up like that, what they gonna do to him? Huh?
I'm not answering that, but this is my thing. A lot of this in this picture is not wrong. Like, if you take the boots off and how his mouth is, I'm almost okay with it. You can have the throw or whatever that is on, but
Brandon,
the way he go ahead. The way his legs are crossed. Go ahead. This is strategic. They did this for a reason.
This is 1930s. He's sitting on a 1930s design love seat.
Mm-hmm.
He has. When I look at his chest, I damn near see titties in his chest.
Okay.
To me.
Right.
He got his lips poker up and they look kind of reddish.
Very red.
You know why women wear red lipstick, Brandon? And why red lips is so sexy?
No, go ahead. Go break that down because I'm
because
curious now.
it breaks it simulates arousal.
Okay.
It simulates the woman is getting hot. So if her lips red, her nipples probably hard at the same time, and she getting some moisture down there at the bottom.
And not only that, is his eyes open? Are they open? Are they squinting? Is he trying to make a face?
He's blowing a kiss at somebody. I mean, a kiss at somebody. I don't know who, right, but it's at somebody. Mm-hmm. I know Valentine's Day was right around the corner, but guys, ladies, don't want this from your man.
But why not? What's wrong? What's wrong with this? If you're out, because I'm not sure what his preference is. I just assume it's straight, right?
Knowing black guys today, you never know. They Correct. Be lying all. The black guys, I'm gonna say any black guys listening, if you follow this, you're a punk.
Follow what though? What
I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
If you penetrate another guy and you say you ain't gay,
okay.
You a punk and you're lying and boy, I wish we need to sit down and talk, or somebody need to bust in your car open, whoop your tail a couple of times.
So you saying you need to be honest with who you are, if you know who you are.
No, here's the thing, Brandon.
What?
They black men are so delusional. They can say if I penetrate another guy, some of them, that don't make me gay.
Correct. Or if you're doing stuff when you're locked up.
Or you're doing stuff when they locked up, it don't count. On the Kendra G show, on my telephone, I didn't have time to do it. I have examples of black men who penetrate other men, but they come on her show and say, I'm straight.
Correct.
You see, what you're doing is like what Pimp C said, come out the closet.
Right.
When you're in the closet, you're a punk. When you're out the closet, you're cool. Don't be scheming on these women, giving these women these things,
Right, but I think the not atmosphere, but the climate is okay with you don't have to tell people what you are or what your preference is or whatever. That's a preference. Not having a preference or not deciding or not claiming either this side or that side, that's fine too. And I think that's just where we are. And I think people say that and they think it sounds good, but a lot of people are hurt when you're dealing with people and they don't know who they are or what they want to be, and they live in a lie. And I think that's when people get hurt and families get hurt and people end up getting killed behind that kind of stuff, because you need to be straight up and honest with people that you're dealing with.
Now, how somebody getting killed, Brandon? A man is
you don't remember another. You don't remember that. Go ahead.
Listen. A man is penetrating another man on the down low. Then he going to a heterosexual woman who wants heterosexual man, and he penetrating her. How that man getting killed, Brandon?
They do have diseases, and I'm not saying that this is the only way, but that is how people pass HIV, AIDS. Those are hot. It might not be directly.
Wait, hold on, Brandon. Hold on. Now, don't talk. What you mean?
No, but listen. But listen, I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying this is just a fact. This is just a fact. You can have unprotected sex and pass sexually transmitted diseases.
Correct.
And I'm not going to go into all of that when you're doing it that way, but I'm just saying usually it's unprotected. And when people are doing that kind of lifestyle, sometimes that's what happens. I mean, it can happen in a regular, I'm not going to say regular, in a male-female situation too. Like people are getting hurt that way. People are getting diseases that way and the other way too. But what I'm trying to say is you should be honest as possible. And if you're confused or you don't know and you have sexual partners and you need to figure out who your partner has been with. And you need to ask these kind of questions too, because it's vital to your own personal health. Do you agree with that?
I for the most part, yes.
But listen, so if you were dealing with somebody, wouldn't you want to know whether they're just dealing with men? Wouldn't that be a good question to know about somebody?
See, you said it like a guy's like you.
No, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, you're right. But
because you need.
Once a bisexual girl, she always go. Her number one goal be a man. It ain't gonna never be a woman.
Okay, but you say that, but you never know. But you do want to know who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with, so you can assess: do I want to be in this situation? Do I? Is this a long-term thing? Is this a short-term thing? Because people waste a lot of time when they're dating because they haven't asked enough questions, and you're just wasting your own time and your youth. You in your prime and you wasting your prime. But go ahead.
Right,
Brandon. You want to say something?
I agree with you. If a guy's dating is in relationships with a woman, you want to know if they only in the man or they in the woman. Only because I just thought about it. Because she may be into a bull dagger. What they call them, studs now?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me, a lesbian.
No, but it's a different kind. So I know what you're talking about. So would that make a difference for you?
Yes, Brandon. Because just like on the Kendra G show, a man was dealing with a woman, and the woman was dating or dealing with a stud, and the stud came over there to fight the guy.
Oh, okay, I got you.
The man said he came outside. He thought the stud was about to put a strap on him.
We're strapped.
No. So since he thought that, he was here as a man of the metaverse, we don't condone hitting ladies.
Right.
But here's the thing: if you're dating a woman who's bisexual and she have a stud on the side, it increases the chances you may have to hit a woman.
And do you think you're going to get arrested?
Yes. Yes. The stud called the man on the phone. Hey man, we both man here talking. Don't mess with my girl, man.
right. So we're laughing at the situation, just not laughing at being a stud or whatever. Just so we're clear, because people are very sensitive nowadays. But
I'm about to say it, Brandon.
Go ahead.
Studs can be aggressive.
They can be.
And here's the thing: what studs don't know, because they don't got testicles, they ain't a man. Guys,
whoa. Are they?
Brandon, let me finish my statement. Guys ain't that aggressive in real life how them studs be.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because guys know if I be aggressive with another guy, I'm putting my life on the line right then and right there.
Correct.
But the studs may still have those. They still a woman,
right? And they're trying to overcompensate for the fact that they're portraying something that they're not, and they got to overdo it now. And they have emotions from being a woman, so it's a lot going on.
No, don't put it like that, brother.
Okay, how should I?
Man got an emotion too. Man got an emotion.
But do men have emotions that are kind of different from women? Even if you're a stud, you still have a period. Correct.
In 2022, a dice game was going on. A man got shoved. A person pulls a pencil out, and Offset get taken out. Is that, Brandon? Is that emotions?
It is. It is emotions.
I mean, was your life in imminent threat with a person
did this? But if you know everybody got weapons in the room and somebody gets shoved, yeah, that's gonna happen.
Brandon, I know you picking another side, but guys, if you ever played a sport, shoving and hustling, it happens.
It does. It does.
Did somebody throw a punch?
And if they no.
No, you just heard and a gun come out and a man is shot.
So you think that's emotional? What happened when you pull a gun out, or is that just scared?
Yes.
Is it more scared or is it more emotional?
It's emotional.
Okay.
It's emotional.
Okay. I guess I never thought about it that way. I think everybody was scared.
My feelings hurt. He cursed me out. I can pull a gun.
Well, I get you.
In my generation, Only time a guy pull a gun if they losing a fight.
Right.
So they was in a fight and they losing. They get on the ground. Now I gotta put a gun out on you. You at least gonna fight first. You ain't gonna be automatic pull a gun.
And that's what I don't like about guns. Like, guns give you an unfair advantage. Like, if me and you got in a fight and you beat me up, am I gonna be dead? I'm on the ground. I'm hurt. My pride is hurt. I whatever we had a disagreement about, we finished it. I'm down. I may have a certain feeling about you, but we can we can continue. But now if you beat me up, I'm on the ground and I pull a gun out. Now I've taken, because I couldn't beat you man to man. So now I'm using a machine or something else to put you down. Now you're gone. Now I'm in jail. Things didn't even have to go that way.
I was just about to fight back, but let's talk about some laws, Brandon.
Okay.
You can meet force with force. That means if a person throw up, usually it's an asterisk.
Okay, that's what, okay.
If a person throws a punch at you,
Mm-hmm.
you have the right to throw a punch at them,
Mm-hmm.
to push them, to curse them out. You can meet force with force. So if a person has a knife seems like a deadly weapon. Right. So you could meet a knife with another deadly weapon. But in a lot of cases, it's illegal to meet.
I get what you're saying. You can't.
If a person pushes you and you pull out a gun, unless you're white, you pull out a gun.
You can't escalate the violence. You can't escalate the force to where it's just not even on the same playing field anymore. Like, if I punch you, you can't just, or I'm trying to punch you, you can't just pull out a gun in every situation and kill me and think you're gonna be going home free.
See, I'll go home free. I would say I am disabled. I got doctor's note, my knee was bust out, and my foot is messed up.
So you had no choice.
I have a heart condition. I cannot run. Brandon is 6'4", 200 plus pounds.
Mm.
And he was very aggressive. I was trying to back up. I had no choice to pull that thing out of.
But even then, you're gonna have to prove that,
Brandon, so, everything I said was factual information, Brandon. I fear
you think they care
for imminent.
You think they care?
I got doctor's notes to back up the statements I just said.
You don't you remember when the baby shot somebody broke into wandered on his property? He ended up shooting the guy. He was on the phone. He had to have all of the, I'm not saying he had to, but they had record, and they made sure they released the record of the 911 tape just so he can prove his innocence.
If that happened in Maryland, the baby be in jail right now.
And why is that? Just because the laws are
different laws.
And you need to know the laws and where you live, because that is very important.
Different laws. Like, for example, I'm about to show you something about privilege. We're gonna get back on topic, but I'm about to show you something about privilege. Several weeks ago, a guy went into a restaurant and robbed everybody in the restaurant. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. All right. Once he finished robbing everybody, he's about to walk out. A person eating at that restaurant pulled out a gun, shot him. Pow, pow. You saw this, Brandon?
I know. I ain't seen the story, but I already know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Go ahead. Shot it's in Texas?
Okay. Yeah. Shot him. Pow, pow. Oh, guy fell. The man went there, removed the gun, said, "Hey, everybody, come on here, get your money, get your money back."
Mm-hmm.
And before the man walked off, he looked at the man he shot him 3 more times. Pop, pop. And then walked off in his truck and rolled out. Ain't called no cops.
So what ended up happening with this story? Because that's
I don't know if they found the man or not. I don't know if they found the man or not.
Because number one, I know it's Texas and things are different. I don't even think you can do that. Even if somebody's committing a crime, like if they pull a gun on you, you may be able to do it and they're robbing you. But that's gonna be tough to prove.
What you mean? Now, I'm gonna see, can I find the video, Brandon?
Okay. But I'm just thinking, like I'm in a public place. Oh, here we go. Dang.
Well, ain't no lag came up, Brandon. You see that? Ain't no lag.
Right.
Let me click on this motherfucker, right? Oh, let me click.
I can't hear it though, but let's see. The sound not coming through, but that's okay.
All right, hold on. Let me find a better one. Yeah, now I ain't work out. Hold on, I ain't work out all the kinks yet, but I'll go find a better video to get it.
But what I was gonna say is, I just don't think you can do that and not get charged with anything. Because like you can, if somebody's committed a crime, you firing a gun is endangering other people's lives. So I'm wondering if you don't think so.
Brandon, so, I seen videos of an armed robber person in a church. No, excuse me, ain't armed robber, about to be a mass murder.
Right.
Pulled out the gun. Mm-hmm. The guy in the seats pulled his gun out and shot him. Mm-hmm. Now, how is that wrong, Brandon?
I don't know. I just feel like they'll try to throw some charges. They could try to throw some charges on you. They'll be like, you did a great job. You're a hero. But when we're kind of looking at everything, this was reckless. You endangered lives. So just say I was trying to shoot the robber. I ended up shooting somebody else too, but I got the robber too. Do you think they're gonna throw a charge on me?
Man, I could not tell you. All right, Brandon, I got a new computer, so I'm working through my stuff. I'll go try to play it. All right.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know why it's not. I can't hear it for some reason.
You hear it?
I can't hear it. The stream maybe be able to hear it, but I just can't hear it.
Okay, wait, hold on. You should be able to hear it. I just played the damn video. You hear it now?
No, I can. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just watching the video and trying to see. So he was robbing everybody, clearly. Pointing the gun. Yeah, he pointing the gun at everybody, people down. Dang.
He's taking the money. Hey, everybody, get your cash. Put it on the table.
Right.
Get your cash now. He said, damn, he tried to rob us with a fake gun. I shot this man with a fake gun.
That's crazy.
And now, see, it did not show. Okay, Brandon. Can you hear me, Brandon?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's better now.
All right, wait, hold on. I got to fix this bag. I got a new computer, so work with me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right, here's the thing. He shot the man. Pop, pop. Took the gun away. Said, everybody, get your money off the table. Get your money off the table. And before he walked out, he looked at him.
Can you do that though? That's excessive. That's excessive. I don't care how mad you. That's reckless. And that's the emotion we was talking about. That's emotional. You mad? You already shot the dude. You need to let it go. Just leave or call the police like you're supposed to. You shot him again.
Okay. All right. We got two Americas, right? We got a white America and a black America.
Some would say that.
Okay, we got three Americas. America, the laws, white America, and black America.
Okay, gotcha.
The laws said, most laws in most states said you only can use enough force as necessary.
Correct.
So if you shoot a guy, pop out, they fall.
It's over.
It's over. But if you come back and shoot them again, that is attempted murder. No other.
That's when you start rolling some other charges in. Yeah, it just don't make any sense. You didn't necessarily have to do that. The situation is over.
So when this man was walking out to go to his truck, he looked down at the man was dying or damn near dead already. Right. Looked over him, gave him 2 more shots at the chest. Pop out, and just walked off.
And it was a non-violent crime too. So
what the fuck is you talking about, Brandon?
Listen. It changes things when I get what you're saying. He put a gun on a fake gun on people, robbed them. got shot. Then you went overboard and shot him some more and killed him. And then you walked out. Then you didn't call the police. You didn't do anything. So, that says a lot. That just says a lot. I'm just adding up all the things that happen. And that's what the judge should do in cases anyway, when something happens. You look at all the evidence. So I got to look at all the evidence. Did he pistol whip somebody with a fake gun? No. Did he wave it around? I gotta look at all the evidence. Because then I'll be like, you know what? Okay, I understand why he shot him on the ground when he walked past him, because he was still upset.
If you point a gun, if you rob people, is a violent crime. This may be a lie. This may be the truth, but it ain't never happened.
Okay.
You point a gun at me.
Uh-huh.
If I'm in that same moment, if I get to point a gun at you, I'm pulling the trigger.
But let me ask you this. So if I point a gun at you, and then later on, I'm doing something else, and you find out it's a paintball gun, and then you get your hands on your gun, how are you going to react towards me?
Brandon, I'm just asking. No, we're gonna talk about the scene. He pointed the gun first, robbed everybody. He didn't know it was fake then.
Right. But
while the man was walking out, he got the $20 for you rob for people. He shot him, pop. Then he looked at the gun, saw it was fake, and
threw it. He threw the gun.
Yeah, and he said, "Damn, I just wasted 2 bullets." See, well, this is how they're gonna think. They're gonna say he wasted lives. It's gonna be I wasted these 2 bullets
for no reason. We are here scared for no reason.
Yeah, Impossible guy get a lawyer for no reason. He don't care about the person shot.
Right.
And then he got angry.
Correct.
Brandon, you wave a gun at me. If I got an opportunity to hit you in that moment,
but why? Why aren't you a Christian? Aren't you a God-fearing man?
Brandon, let's talk about the law. You just committed a felony, Brandon.
But don't you want to forgive me? Nothing happened to you.
You can take my stuff without the weapon, Brandon. You don't have to shove a gun in my face.
You're right.
You can just say, "Give me the money."
But don't you want to forgive?
Brandon.
What would Jesus do? Jesus would walk,
Nah, you can say, "Give me the money." And I'm like, I said, "You really want to do that, young man?"
Right, there you go. That's right.
Now, if I was a white guy, I'm giving him that damn money. That motherfucker, I can't go say with him. But
right.
You don't have to put a gun in my face.
Correct.
You don't have to put a gun. You say, "Give me the money."
But that's the thing. Like, guns elevate stuff so it just take things to another level. Like it's real life and death when somebody pull a gun out every time. And I know we've been gone for a minute. They had another mass shooting. Did you see about that? The black guy shooting at Michigan State. Was it Michigan State?
Yeah, something like that.
I didn't really get to hear the end of it or what they found, but people love guns. We're not trying to take people's guns away. But what do we need to do? Like, it's not a way to stop this from happening. But what do we need to do? Do people need more mental health care?
It's 2 things that's going on. You have mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you have a lack of opportunities.
Correct. Like career-wise, job-wise.
No, just opportunity shit. Well, you could say job-wise and opportunities. The gentleman that we saw in that restaurant,
mm-hmm.
he just got out of jail. He didn't have no money.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way he could come up or do something, he had to go to the Dollar Tree, buy one of them dollar guns.
Right, the cap guns.
and put that paper bag over that gun.
And start swinging it fast.
To get his money.
But that's what I'm saying. I just think he didn't want to do that, but it seemed like you say, you don't have the opportunity that other people have. So if I don't have it, I'm gonna take it. How do we start to fix that? Because people don't want to do crimes for the most part. They don't want to do crimes because they want to. It's out of necessity.
I know how you fix it, Brandon. You need to bring slavery back up. They need to legalize slavery again.
Okay, how so? Go ahead.
Doing slavery, every black person had a job. Every single one, a black person had a job doing slavery. Can't you believe that, Brandon?
When you say a job, you mean they had something to do. They had forced labor.
They had something. They had a task they had to get done.
Correct.
There was a task available.
Correct.
They got rid of slavery, and somehow less tasks, besides in the field, came available. Now, tell me this, Brandon. How does happen? During slavery, every black person had a job. After slavery, only 70% of black people could get a job.
Well,
what happened?
The population grew, and a lot of people don't want to work. They don't want to work. And like I said, we was talking earlier about.
Brandon.
Go ahead. Okay, what?
So you saying 30% of black people don't want to work and to help their family, to put food on their table, to put clothes on their back, to have a bowl, a pot, a chicken in the pot and rice?
I think people want to work, but their level of education, degrees, all that is not going to get them the salary they're looking for. So when you in the real world, you may feel like you deserve a certain amount of money and you have a certain amount of bills, but when you go to this job, you're not making enough.
And whose fault is that?
That's the person's fault. But are they going to see that as the reason or it's but time out. But time before we go to did you know it's All-Star Weekend and it's Black History Month and a white man won a slam dunk contest? Did you see that?
Hold on, I didn't see it. Ain't you talking about that little guy?
Yeah, the little guy.
The little guy who barely got in the league.
Yeah, it's barely got in the league.
I got who ain't
the other people he went with, they didn't have no good dunks or nothing like that either. But the white dude could jump, he had the best dunks, and it was a good story.
Brandon,
don't have me pull up the highlights.
No, Brandon, when you say Brandon,
he can.
I seen his dunks during the game, Brandon.
Okay,
is he hanging in the air?
I haven't seen his dunks in the game, but
in college now. While he was in college, that's the only time he's been on the court.
Well, you know, when you're in college, you're not trying to float in the air. You're trying to hurry and put that ball in the hoop. You know, you're just trying to score. You're just trying to get the point. But I saw him do some dunks where he was maneuvering in the air, switching it up, changing it, and still in the air now. And he's short, so he got a little hang time for sure.
So he was doing pumping in the air.
Let me see. It was. Let me pull up.
Wait, hold on. No. Don't get off topic.
All right, go ahead.
Now, during slavery, every black person in America had a job.
Correct.
Was given a job.
Correct.
After slavery, somehow they didn't have no more jobs available.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how we're gonna go. We're gonna go into.
Well, we can. I guess start with this movie. What is this movie? This is a movie called White Man Can't Jump. A lot of people may or may not have seen this movie. Mm-hmm. It's a great story. Like they don't even write movies like this anymore, even though it's a simple concept. Wesley Snipes, of course, Wesley Snipes, the black man, looks like he can play basketball. You know, he's athletic, he's good, he's a street baller. But the white guy actually looks like he can't play, right? Who would you pick? I guess that's the thing. Who would you pick?
Brandon started his own wrong. Earlier today, Brandon gonna say, who works harder? Black people or white people in America? And Brandon was gonna talk about his experience what he's seen. Who works harder? Brandon.
Yeah.
Who works harder in your opinion for the same job?
If we're talking about entry-level positions, I would have to say white people work harder.
And why is that?
I'm not sure why. I try to figure it out too. And like, I'm not saying I give a unfair advantage to somebody that's my, same color, but I'm looking out for, I'm trying to talk to you, trying to get you on the same page, be like, look, we got to do this work. This is what we got to do. It's a lot of re-coaching, going over stuff. Like, I got to make you work when you should just automatically, you've been trained to do a job. you should be able to do it. I shouldn't have to keep checking on you, making sure you're doing a job and be like, hey, you did this. Hey, you did that. It seemed like with the Caucasian individuals, you tell them something, they got it. They do it. They looking for more work to do. I'm like, dang, okay. I have to tell them to stop doing. I'm like, they trying to help me. I'm like, look, I got it. Just make sure you got what you got. You know, other workers, they be doing this. They down, they fall, doing they look up. So I'm just trying to figure out. But I do know where it comes from. It's a structural, it's a foundational issue. Like we
what
don't
you mean?
have,
Break that down. What's structural?
that's what I'm about to say. Their households, the way they've raised and stuff, they're ahead of us in those places, and that's why we're lacking. Like if you think, I look at the workers that I have.
No, I know, but
I'm not gonna get too personal. But I'm just saying.
No, we ain't talking about you. We ain't talking about the workers you have. We talk imaginary.
Okay, well I can do that. What kind of stuff do you think Woody Harrelson was looking at when he was growing up, or listening to? Was he listening? I mean, he may be listening to rap or that kind of stuff, but it's just like the things we value are different. You get what I'm saying? One of these individuals is he's probably into well, I'm not gonna say gang stuff, but it's just it's just we value the wrong stuff. And we want it fast, we want it now, but we don't want to do any work. We don't want to do all the necessary things to get it.
So should white people at low skill jobs be promoted faster than black people?
I don't think they should be. Whatever your work is, that's what I'm gonna go off of. I don't think one should be promoted over another. Because when I say that, I do have a worker who he's mixed and he's the best that we have. So it's not like it's just all the employees. It's just when I look at the numbers, it kind of make me think they come to a job with a different attitude and a different purpose sometimes. Like I guess I'm gonna just speak for us. Black people, we like to joke around. We like to we like to. I'm trying to think. So when you go to work, what do you do? Are you on time? Are you always on time? I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying these are some of the characteristics that we have. People characteristic, black people. We say we late. We gonna make sure we eating. You know, some people go without eating or they'll be stressed out about it. We're gonna make sure we're eating. We're gonna make sure we text the people we need to text back over the job. That's just what I think. And I've been the same type of worker, so it's not like I can't say it's just them. I've been the same type of way. I've quit a job without a 2-week notice. Some people that I've had, they put a 2-week notice in. And all this I'm collecting on with my data. I'm like, but it's something we got to work on from the home. Like it's not like something you can just develop, from just being an adult, or because it's too late then. This is something that got to start in the home. Like you got to start caring about, and back to how you were raised. Your dad had a lawn care service and you were working there. That kind of stuff, those kind of opportunities, we don't necessarily always have. I'm not going to say we don't always have a father in the home, but these things are important. And that's why I tell my daughter, like, we have a restaurant. I'm trying to show her, like, you have to work hard if you want to attain the certain things that you want to attain in life. It's not going to be given to you. You can't be slacking because you're in competition with a lot of people around you for these jobs and for these salaries that you want. People are not just going to give you a bunch of money.
Now, Brandon, let me rebuttal just a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
I agree with you. About 6 months ago, I read an article from the Washington Post. You heard of that company before, right?
I have.
And it says low skill wages.
Mm-hmm.
It says white individuals who work in low skill wages do not be looking to move up. They do not be looking for any promotions. A large amount of low skill workers, be it black individuals, and they be looking to move up. They be looking for promotions. Now, Brandon, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If a person is looking to be promoted or to move up, would they work harder?
You would think they will work harder.
Okay. Based on a study, when the job had to promote a person to move up, for some reason, they always overlook the person who's looking for a promotion, which Brandon just said they probably work harder, and they go to a white person who just ain't looking for nothing. So and they get the job and move up.
Right.
So
that happens for multiple reasons though.
What you mean?
I think people like to promote people that look like them, number one, and that is a default. And also, like I was saying, sometimes it seems like they work harder than us. And that's not a slight to us. That's more of a but like, look, we need to get our shit together. And we need to start doing what we're supposed to be doing. Because we're behind.
Could that be biased, Brandon?
It could be biased.
Hey, Brandon, check this out, Brandon. Let me look you in your eyes. Check this out, Brandon. I worked at a job for 8 years. I trained, I met numbers, and I increased productivity by over 50%. I never called in sick, never was late, showed up on time, was always available for 8 years. A person comes in there for 3 weeks. No background in anything. Their background was in psychology. We in manufacturing. They get promoted before me. Watch this, Brandon. The same job. I've been there for 10 years now. 10 years to run everything in the system. I don't require no supervisor, no management, a person looking over me because I handle everything.
Gotcha.
A person comes in there with 2 years experience, they get over me, Brandon. They get promoted. Now watch this, Brandon. I've been there for 7 years, Brandon. Me and my colleague, good worker, he quits. He quits. He goes to another job. I'm still there grinding it out. My colleague, his job didn't work out, so he come back to the company. 6 months later, he get promoted, Brandon. and I'm still in the same predicament.
Correct.
Now, how many people you see? How many people came in less qualified to be
right?
And they shoot up. Why I couldn't shoot up, Brandon? Was it because I had an afro, Brandon?
It was because of your skin. And before I go, I'm gonna tell you this about my wife. My wife had a similar situation where at her job, she is a doctor. I'll say that, but they ended up needed a manager to manage all the doctors. So they were
What's your wife doing now?
Don't worry about that.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, like they were looking for somebody to pay more money than all the doctors because you need somebody to manage the whole office. So who did they get? Did they get somebody with a lot of experience or, somebody that's in the field? No, they've got somebody who was working I think he was working at Hertz. He was working at Hertz at a rental car place.
Doing what at Hertz?
Giving cars out.
Okay.
and ended up paying them 6 figures to come over there, mainly because somebody he was dating worked at the office and they were like receptionists. So what people do sometimes, they'll hire people. Well, they hire people, get close with them, and then start building like a family or start looking out for each other. And then what do? Promote somebody who doesn't deserve it over other people who are overly qualified. And that's how they kind of stay on top and they run industries. But if we don't have anybody at the top or close to the top or our own setups, we're never going to be in position to unfairly give people jobs that they don't deserve. So it's no way to balance it out or come back.
You are so correct. Keep talking, Brian. I want to look.
I'm just saying, like, and that's something we need to start doing with these industries. Like, we're the tastemakers. We got all the fashion. We know what to do. Let's start trying to control them And to control them, you have to boycott a lot of stuff. Like we like to consume all these things and wear them. We're not doing anything but putting money in their pockets. And then when we try to do something, nobody wants to support it. We got to start supporting our own stuff, because that's the only way. Whether you got a shirt that says Balenciaga or you got a shirt that says Black Power, it's still a shirt. Whatever you apply to that shirt, the feeling, all that kind of stuff, that's what really matters. I think we so caught up on brands and history that doesn't even tie back to us. We worship that kind of stuff for no reason. Like I have a hat on right now with a Buccaneers flag on there. Like this don't mean anything to me personally, but I wear it now because I have a different connection to it, because we went to Tampa and I like to collect things. I like to collect things from different places. So,
and the same hat he's wearing, they are using the coach that called a play on the Super Bowl, called excellent plays for 2 years in a row. For 1 year,
right?
One white player named Tom Brady did not perform well. Instead of blaming Tom Brady, they blamed the coach. And
they could do that.
Was fired.
Right.
And Brandon is supporting the whole system with that ragged ass hair. Huh?
First of all, I'm not, but I am. Number two, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. Like I'm at the point where I'm almost over sports, because it just don't matter the same way. Like I don't care about these teams. I don't have any money invested in Super Bowl or Pat Mahomes or whoever. It's just a game. It's just a group of people. They decided to start a league. It's just what it is. Like we like to fantasize about these athletes and they're great and we give them a bunch of money, but it's just a game that they're playing. It's not that serious. We got other real issues going on. We got people with mental health issues. Nobody wants to donate any money to that. Nobody wants to take time to figure out what's going on with these people. It's a bunch of homeless people. You know, I live in the Atlanta area. I was driving hold on. I was driving around. It's people literally sleeping in front of restaurants. It's literally people sleeping in parks. When are we going to start trying to fix these situations? When are we going to try to make something where we actually making a difference in people's lives? I don't care about no football game or how many touchdowns Pat Mahomes threw. I just don't care.
Brandon made something about Black folks need to be in a position to make decisions, right?
Correct.
Now, Brandon, let's see. When I was in a position, now I did not hire based on skin color or race or sexuality or anything. I hire based on performance.
Correct.
So what Brandon said earlier, I'm completely against that, because that don't make good business sense. See, America lose a lot of money because they hire based on who they like.
Right.
I hire based on who does the job the best. Now, Brandon, I just want to just look. I just want to look. Let me do a quick calculation in my head. $10 people in this damn photo I hired, Brandon.
Okay.
10 people in this photo I increased their wages, Brandon. 10 people in this photo I improved their lives. So Brandon is correct. When we have when we get in a position, when people are in position, you do have power to change your environment. So we need to have more positions that we could change. But you know what crazy thing about it, Brandon?
What?
Now, all these people, all like you see 10 people in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said 10 people I did something to.
Uh-huh.
It took about 80 to get to the 10.
and I guess that's my thing. Like, like if somebody gives you an opportunity, and that's what a job is, an opportunity to change your life in a way.
And that's me right there.
That's a stepping stone. All y'all about the same height too.
I'm standing on my tippy toes too.
But people got to understand what kind of opportunity they have. Like you can either make it better, or you can make it worse and start spiraling into other things. Like, what kind of conversation did you have with these people when you were hiring them? And when the issues that I have, it makes me think about the conversation I'm going to have with the next person of color to try to get them to see what I'm trying to do and the opportunity I'm presenting for you, so you can make a not a better life, but just continue to step up. Because I don't want people staying at the same level. I want you to use this opportunity that I'm giving you as a stepping stone for however long you need to use it. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you want to leave, that's fine. But I want to elevate you so you can elevate me. And that's the only way we're going to get somewhere.
Now watch this. I want to see all these people in here is trained, seasoned individuals. I wanted these people, if it was me, to stay in this thing forever. But here's the thing. No, but Brandon,
but why though? Why?
No, listen. Here's the thing, Brandon. But if you want to do better for yourself, if we can't do enough for you, I'm here to help you all the way.
Correct.
You can use me as a recommendation or a reference for your resume. Yeah. Nope, just let me know beforehand. No problem. I'm here to help you all the way. But I would love for you to enjoy the environment I created, and you stay here forever.
So does any part of you feel like that's not good? Because, you know, like I say, sometimes that's all people need is a job, and they can stay in that job and be happy and maintain a life, pay bills, have a great life. I think sometimes people want to keep climbing even though they haven't done the work in the position that they're in.
Brandon, some of these guys, hold on, let me see. Some of these guys was making $12 an hour. And once I got them on board, they got the $18 an hour, and they got benefits, you know, and they got to work with me. I don't want to brag, and they got to work with me, you know. But you better be careful working with me. Don't watch this. This guy, let me show you a guy right here. This guy right here, he left for a government job. He left to work at the post office. Did I hold him up, Brandon? Did I say, nah, you shouldn't? I was happy for him.
That's how you should be.
I served a pizza party for him, Brandon.
That's how you should be. I was just making sure you can't hold on to people. You can't stop them from doing what they want to do in life. Even though it may be benefiting you more, you know, you can't hold people up like that. So that's all that is.
What color is this guy, Brandon? Is he black?
He's white.
No. I thought man in the metaverse was so right, but was so racist and
right. You shouldn't see color, but that's a real thing. Like, people are different, and you're white and I'm black, and I just gave white people credit, right? I said they work harder than a lot of black people, not in all cases, but in some of the situations that I've been in, yeah, I can say that. And I'm challenging my people to work harder. And I think that's the thing. Like, sometimes I guess we don't want to work harder because we're not getting anywhere. We feel like we're being cheated. We're not getting the same opportunities that white people get. And I've been there. Like, I've worked for Budweiser delivering beer, and all the black people be hustling and working hard, and they'll give like the I guess what they call reps. Like, if they get paid more than the truck drivers, and they don't have to do as much work. So when it's time to fill a seat, they'll be looking around, be like, let's get the white guy. Let's give him the seats. Come off the truck. You don't have to work hard like the rest of these black people. That's just what kind of culture it is. I'm not sure why it's like that, but it's like that. And they can do that. And it's what you're going to do about it. You can either find another job or put up with it. But I think we get discouraged sometimes. We just need to have our own stuff. And part of that is linking up with like-minded people and working with each other to try to come up with something so we can all make money.
Yeah, you're right. We need to put our best foot forward and seize. Oh, I'm about to talk like a dork now. Now a guy named Nightingale, somebody who did Think and Grow Rich, or Earl Nightingale. everything you do is an opportunity. Everything you do, no matter what you do.
Correct.
So when I worked at CVS, Brandon, that was an opportunity.
Right.
That was an opportunity to get money on the off season while I wasn't cutting grass.
Right.
And it was an opportunity to stack some money to put some speakers in my car.
And it was enough. It was enough too, right?
No, but watch this. Yes, but watch this. Putting speakers in my car provided an opportunity for me to learn about electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Electricity provided me an opportunity to work at to get the degree I'm in. To get the degree I'm in was an opportunity to come here and work for these guys in that photo.
Yeah.
You see how stuff builds up?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the stepping stone thing I was talking about. I think sometimes people like they want to rush to the top. You gotta take your time. You gotta go step by step by step. That's just the process. You can't rush the process because you're gonna miss something or you're gonna miss out on an opportunity to be where you're supposed to be.
And I think right now everybody. I was watching Kenya Samuels yesterday. This is over a year. This side note, I'm not going to watch these reruns of people making thousands of dollars off Kenya Samuels. I said, let me go back to his page.
Oh, his page? Oh, okay.
His page and watch that. Because now Brandon is flooded with people copying and pasting stuff. They got.
And that's what I was going to ask. What you haven't done any, I know you, I'm not going to say we like what Kevin Samuels said. You haven't made any Kevin Samuel videos. Is there any reason you haven't done that?
What do you mean, man? What video? Why?
Well, you've done Corey Holcomb. You've done Paul Mooney.
Corey Holcomb. Paul. I did a Kevin Samuel videos about man, the man image.
Okay.
They did not like James Evans.
Oh, okay.
They wanted everybody to wear a dress or to be the goofy JJ. I don't mind.
Right. And that kind of goes back to the emasculation of us, you know, and that's a real thing. But you don't see other races going through that kind of stuff. They'll hide those.
Cameron Sanders was saying this generations, they want to be straight to CEO, but they miss all the steps of coming to CDO. But what now? I don't like talking about myself, Brandon. But Brandon, check this out. Each and every one of those guys had some problems with them, Brandon. And I had to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
One guy, he wanted to work 80 hours a week. And the white folks was jumping on my ass at corporate for him. Watch this, Brandon. One guy, he got DWI. He had a drinking problem and got arrested and missed 3 days.
Right.
And the white folks at corporate wanted me to fire him, but I couldn't find nobody.
Right.
To replace him. Watch this, Brandon. One guy brought fake weed on the job. And another guy in his picture told me about it. So we told the guy in. He brought the fake weed in there. Right. We had to give him a drug test the same day. Turns out he was clean, but to have a whole office smell like that ganja. Watch this. One guy in this picture will hide out every moment. If he got on a forklift, he will hide out every damn moment to try not to do no work. Watch this, Brandon. One guy in this picture, he was a complete idiot. And if I'm in a place, one person get grace. And he got the grace because his mind he got beat up real bad. No, he got beat up real bad. They hit him across the head with a gun and put him on the railroad tracks to kill him.
Dang.
So his mind wasn't ticking like that.
Yeah.
Watch this. One guy, every holidays, he didn't show up the next day. Talk about he got a headache. I had to call him out. I said, quit with the bullshit.
Right.
And come to work. Watch this. One guy was a power guy. He was a person, I want to do everything by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So if a person don't follow this rules, I want to put the hammer on her because I got to go authority.
Right.
Watch this. One guy, all these different people, Brandon.
Right. And I'm about to ask you something, but go ahead. Finish up.
One guy, he was good, but sometimes he get in his emotions a little bit and start a little chaos at work. I had to deal with that. Watch this. One guy, God bless his soul, he wanted to move up, but he couldn't handle it if he did move up, so he couldn't. One guy was an ex-dope head who was clean for a couple of years, and if you was a dope head, you don't do it no more, so you switch off. So he drunk tea all the time. He was a caffeine fiend. All right. One guy had autism, Brandon. And when I hired though, he talked about I got autism. I said, man, I already knew, man, something was wrong with you.
Right. But you can't discriminate.
I still hired them though.
Right.
You see, everybody got their little conditions,
and that's true.
You learn. So you learn on the way going.
And that's an important thing. Like, people want to be in charge, they want to be the boss, but it takes a special person to be able to deal with all these different personalities, people's strengths and weaknesses around the clock. Like, that's not for everybody. And that's okay to be like, look, that's not for me. I'm not made to be a boss. I'm not made to worry about who's clocking in, or do I need to check on your performance, or have these conversations with people. Some people just want to come to work, do a job, move some stuff around, and go home. And that's okay. We don't need everybody to be a CEO. We don't need that. We just need a structure set up so we can all help each other. Because like I said, it's just everybody can't do no boss stuff or do no management. You need to know your strength and understand your weaknesses too, and either try to work on that, but maximize your strength and get with somebody else so y'all could be building something like how me and Lewis are building something together. And at some point, like I say, we haven't really talked about whether we're going to be giving advice on stocks or advice on, just some other things people kind of join in to kind of make money together with. Not no pyramid scheme type stuff, not no donate to a church kind of, we send you some holy water and stuff like that. We want to do something solid where we're putting money into a pot so we can invest in something that's going to benefit everyone that is involved. So
at least make it a tax write-off or something.
Yeah. So we can look at, because like I said, I'm not good at taxes, or like you be try to stay on me about writing down mileage and write down expenses. You're very good at that. That's one of your strengths. So I look towards you for that kind of stuff. And it's people who watch our channel. They have their own thing that they mastered, or their craft that they know 100 times out of 100 they're going to be perfect on it. So we got to link with people who know what they're talking about, so we can try to make some money, so we can try to make some real moves.
See, what Brendan don't know, right. My thing is, what I'm good at is making a product. The quality of the product, the fastest I can make it, and the cheapest I can make it. That's what I'm good at, Brandon. Ain't no damn accountant, all right, or bookkeeper. Even though I do it, because
organization. I mean, that's another thing.
Well, yes, even though I could do it, but they ain't my strong point. I had to do that work in here, but that's not my strong. My strong point is, you could say, getting those guys ready to work. Get them guys ready to work. But damn, you're right, Brandon. Man. What? Everybody talk about I want to be a boss. You can't.
It's not.
No, you can be a boss of yourself, but it's hard to work with other people.
Right, because they got, and like I say, me dealing with the people at the restaurant, it's like everybody has their own personality. You know where they're going to be messing up. You know what kind of quirk they got. Like, I'm not going to go into detail about employees, but everybody got a little fuck up in them. They got a little issue with, like, it's just don't matter who it is. And you're going to when you find out what that is, you got to deal with it accordingly, and you got to adjust the way you adjust. I mean, like I said, I wish I could manage everybody the same across the board. You just can't do it. Can't do it.
Look at this. I describe everybody's situation except for 3 people in that photo, Brandon.
And I bet you could still say something about them 3 people.
Yes, I could. One was a womanizer.
right.
But yeah,
I don't think people understand. Like, I guess when you're in a managerial position, like you may think you're hiding your issues from us, or we can't pick up on it, or we can pick up on it. It don't take long. Like just being around somebody a while, just hearing how they talk, be like, oh, okay, you a womanizer. You got an issue with women. Oh, okay, you may have a drug problem. You see somebody scratch, like you'll start learning how to pick up on certain things.
See, now what Brennan is talk. Let's go a little. Okay.
What?
I don't know about Brennan mindset, but my mindset, every person in this picture was an asset to me, despite what they had personal stuff was going on.
Gotcha.
Because each person in this picture showed up to work every day and on time, except for one person. He got fired. And this guy, the guy right here, showed up. He had women problems, so showed up every day. So each one of these persons, despite their problems, was an asset to me, and I wanted that person to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, Brandon, your employees are assets to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they could if they could run your system or be involved in a system, sometimes we as managers, owners would work with that person to get your system running.
Right.
And people don't even know that, man. People don't even know that.
Hold on, before we go to the next thing, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna put on our commercial for our show.
Okay. I'm about to say, don't mess up this whole.
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it, but I'll be right back. We've done a lot of math that we don't get credit for, science, medicine, all kind of things, but when you control history, you can dictate who did what and who discovered what. So
we ain't gonna never get reparations. Only reparations we could get is if we pull together, work together, and build our own communities, our own businesses. Those reparations we could build. The opium pandemic, the opioid crisis, they will get, I believe, $590 million over the next 7 years. Johnson & Johnson will pay those tribes over $500 million. Just because somebody took a pill and
right. That's right. Do you remember being in class when they were talking about slavery?
I went to school in South Carolina. I ain't learned nothing in elementary school, middle school, or high school. I ain't started learning until I got to college.
But that's part of what I'm saying. Like, you'll be in school and you're not really learning about life. Number one, about history. They're giving you a fairy tale about history. Basically, it's a lot of things. Like I say, we haven't been to school in a minute, but they're not talking about no buck breaking in school.
Who? You can't talk about that stuff in school.
Well, you could talk about LGBT and changing genders and all that stuff.
You said I'm about to rape.
I'm gonna cut it off right there.
Hey, Brandon, me and you look kind of a little different than the damn videos, man.
Right.
Time is catching up. I'm like, oh no. That's why I get back to the gym. And guess what?
Right.
Let's talk about the gym.
Okay, go ahead. Because I actually went to the gym today. I've been going to the gym regularly.
Brandon, you ain't talking about the complex gym or what?
Yes, the complex gym. Right. We'll go into it because I want to hear about your experience in the gym too. So,
all right, let's start off. Let's give my background from working out. Do not look at me. You can judge me all you want to, but from when I was 17. I lost 80 pounds in 3 months. Brandon, is that true or false?
That's true.
All right. I maintained, I got down to 200. I started building up muscle to about 220, 230. Brandon, is that true or false?
That's true.
Everything up from 230, it was fat and muscle coming in.
And what was that year? Because remember, you and Eric was going to the gym like for real, lifting and going hard. What period was that? Was that one of yours when you was in your strongest period, or no?
What you mean strongest?
Well, I guess, of course, when you get older, you're gonna be strong. But like benching, like it just
No,
seemed like
hell no.
It just seemed like y'all were really focused. So
No.
I know you were still young back then, but
when I was 17, me and one of my best friends, Eric, he's doing fine. The best personal trainer, one of the best personal trainer in the world. We went to
wait, hold on. Before you said it, he's black, right? He's got to be black.
No, he's a white guy, man. And I love him. I love his whole family.
Right.
So correct. Here at Man in the Metaverse, despite the videos you think I post, how you feel about them, I actually do love white people because what? Because I love God and I love Jesus. Right. So we all are his children. So I love them too. I just state the facts. All right. Yeah, me and Eric was going to the gym. We went to gym at Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. Great gym, workout. The gym back then will be illegal in today's terms.
Why?
Because we came there to work out. Watch this. This is gonna be in the post. Women did not lift free weights. All right. Women did not lift free weights.
That's a good point.
Here's another thing. Around this time, if you wanted to be a gym creep, you would go to women exercises, aerobics, the classes, and sit in the back with your dang hard looking at the women. Women did not navigate into free weights. And that's one of the things on this list, Brandon. But check this out. Yes, 17 years old, lost 80 pounds, maintained that weight for 5-6 years. When I was 30 years old, went through a breakup. I had to fall back on working and gym. Sometimes you can use your work and working out to get over emotional stuff. I lost 50 pounds in 6 weeks.
Jeez.
You know, but now I'm back up fat again. I got so damn fat. It don't make a difference, man. It don't make
well, you can't tell. You just look like
you can. Nah, Brandon.
From right here.
Audience. At one point in my life, 225 pounds. I was benching that 27 times. Then for 220, I went to what 270, 250, 260 something. I was benching that like 18 times and worked my way all up to 300s. So
where are you at now?
135 pounds.
Okay.
So 3 years ago, I was benching in the threes.
So what is that? What is that weight wise on the dumbbell? I mean on the bar. Is that what is that? A 45 on both sides? What is that? I can't remember.
3 years ago, I had 3 45s on both sides and some extra weight.
Jeez.
So the bar weighs 45 and 45 times 6. I don't know how much. How much is
I'm doing it now. It's 270.
45 times 6 plus 45. So I was 315 to 325 3 years ago.
Right.
I stepped in the gym yesterday for the first time in 3 years. I was 135, baby.
That's why I'm struggling. I put the 45. Let me see if I can do these 45 on both sides. I barely got one. I said I need to start taking this serious because like we're grown man, and you know I'm skinny. I have long arms, but you still should be able to put up and do that regularly, easily at our age.
Underline it. My shoulder was feeling kind of weird for about 6 weeks. So if you're really into our videos, that is the reason why I done that. And my body been kind of like deteriorating for some reason. But before the gym, after the gym, I was lifting sand. I got a 135 pound sandbag I lift up, but I haven't been doing that lately. But Brandon, let's talk about this gym, man.
Go ahead.
Brandon, I didn't go to the gym in 3 years, and within 3 years, the gym totally changed, Brandon. I call it the social media effect.
For sure.
The social media effect. When I went to the gym yesterday. I start off with a little cardio, a little stretch to get warmed up.
Mhm.
So while I'm peeping the scene,
Right.
now, you got to be crazy. Why I said peeping the scene
Right.
now is damn near you about to be a meme.
But why is it like that in the gym now? Like, because like you said before, when you go to the gym, women weren't doing all that kind of stuff. They weren't doing squats. Women do more leg exercises, more squats, more than us.
I didn't say it yet, Brandon. How you know that, Brandon?
Because I've been to the gym. I've been to Planet Fitness. But go ahead. I'll let you slow walk it. But go ahead.
All right. I'm just gonna touch on Brandon said. And I'm gonna hit it with guys too, so we won't be biased. Guys' weakness is in the legs. Their strength is in the upper body.
Mm-hmm.
So before they was working a lot of open body. Mm-hmm. So if a guy had a big chest or big shoulders, women would like him. To real weightlifting people, we call him chicken breast, looking like a chicken. Okay, he had all upper body
and no legs.
No legs. So let's put this on the women's side. Women naturally have bigger and strong,
wider hips,
more robust legs area. So now women said, okay, let me work out this more robust area and get my hips, thighs, and buttocks right. But their weakness is in the upper body. But they choosing to do legs because what? Big butts ain't high demand, Brandon.
But why does it matter that much? I know it draws your eyes, but is it that serious?
Now, Brandon,
go ahead. I'm just speaking.
Brandon, now you know you're a black man now.
Right. We love to look at it, but should that be a good thing?
Yes, Brandon.
I'm asking you. So
Booty butt cheeks popping everywhere.
But what are you attracting usually?
What you mean? No, Brandon. Okay, time out. No, let's do the history. Since Adam and Eve, black man would prefer. Well, black man was aroused by big booties and thighs.
Okay, but does everybody have to have? Does everybody
listen, Brandon? Since 2004, white man started liking big booty, thighs, and legs.
That's the issue. That's what it is. Right. That's the change because they didn't care. They usually didn't. I mean, they used to not care as much. They'll be cool with the pancake. It's okay. I don't care. I don't care. But now things, like you say, social media has changed a lot. So now, they'll come in there, they'll be working on that or get a BBL.
Kim Kardashian on her, if you ever looked at Kim Kardashian, you go to a room right now, allegedly. Look on her wall. She got a poster of a black woman saying, I need to look like this. Big lips. Slim waist. And a big old, well, I can't say hers, but a big old booty, a nice looking bottom section. And ever since then, ladies, white ladies, white women, been focused on you've been focused on improving in lower sex. You know what black women do? Like you said, they're kind of lazy. You said black people. You said black people kind of lazy. Instead of doing what the white women do, they at the gym with the gym creeps. They getting the they increasing their muscle mass to build an ass. Some black girls go to put a fake ass on that.
Right, which is weird. It's dangerous, but okay, it is what it is. But we speak about creeps a little bit. We haven't really got into that. So if I'm a woman and I don't want people staring at me. Do you think? I'm just gonna say it. Do you think one option would be to wear different clothes, baggier clothes?
Brandon, don't we?
Can I let me wait? Hold on. Before you answer, you said, "Well, look at this girl on this picture." Now, if I went to the gym with some skin tight pants on, like skin tight, where it's hugging all me, do you think people would look at me? They would. But if you can't really see my shape, because I think that's what it's mainly about, is ways you can hide your shape a little bit. But the way they're making clothes now is insinuate, not insinuate, but just enhance what you have and make it look the way that the social media wants it to look. So it's make it a perfect curve and all this stuff. Do you think that draws people in? And if you didn't come in the gym like that, you would get less looks. Because men are gonna look anyway, but if you see that.
Wait, hold on. Well, I'm trying to get something right, Brandon. Hold on. This shit ain't working right.
But do you think the onus is? It's not. I'm not gonna say we're blaming women, but if I'm in there, like this guy, if he got people gonna be looking at his arms, but if he cover his arms up, or this lady change her outfit, the lady in pink off to the side, do you think less people are gonna look or stare?
Brandon, it's a double.
What, a double-edged sword?
No. Brandon, women are very smart, right?
They are.
What would happen if I wear a gold chain around my neck, $100 bills in my fake polo shirt,
right,
and go to the toughest street in Baltimore, walking down the street with a sign saying, "I don't got no gun on me"? What would happen, Brandon?
You're gonna get a lot of attention, and people are gonna be looking at you, and they may try you. It's almost guaranteed that people are gonna be following you, and they're gonna try you.
So, won't you think women?
Look at this lady working out right here. Like, if I'm in the gym, I'm working. I'm thinking about the reps now. 1, 2. You're trying to take your mind other places, so you're not feeling the burn. So you may look right here. You may look over here. You try to take your mind other places. So I mean, people are just gonna look at you. Now, I don't think you should be staring at somebody long, like for a minute or 30 seconds. Like, you can glance at somebody, you got to glance over here. You got to keep looking, because you're in a public place. Whether you in a grocery store or you at the mall, like, we're gonna look at each other and we're gonna analyze what people have on around us. That's just what you do.
Now, Brandon, will you allow? Well, now I won't allow. Will you advise your wife or daughter to wear this at the gym?
No, I wouldn't, because it hugs everything you got and insinuates it. That's not what word I'm looking for, but it just, you could wear something else, because it's gonna this look right here. It's gonna draw my eyes right here. I'm not looking at your shoes. I'm not gonna be looking at your hairstyle. It's just, this doesn't seem right, and I think that's part of it. Like, our instincts tell us you're almost naked. I think that's what it says. You be like,
I have to look right at least one time.
Right. It's not, and like I said, it's not for all guys, because there are some creeps out there. They be in the gym staring and stuff like that. But it's just hard to overlook that. Like, as soon as you like scroll no picture right there, your eyes are gonna automatically go to the butt. I'm just telling you what your eyes are gonna do.
No, you're right, Brandon. You, in your mind, you said this person is naked.
Right. That's what your mind is going to say. Right.
Why are they in public naked? I got to look.
Or it's inappropriate. Or wait, hold on. Something's not right. Like, or it's too big. Like, people have shapes that is unnatural. So you're going to be looking and you're going to be trying to, like, hold up. Your mind is start working that way. Like, a lot of stuff, like her butt let's say this. In 1992, this lady would just have a pancake butt. It just wouldn't be that way. So we're trying to adjust. I think men, and we're joking, of course. Men are trying to adjust because
facts. Those ain't
we
jokes.
Don't see no we don't see
only rare jeans in old country Europe will look like that. Those facts.
It's just a different world now. Like everything we used to see, like the experience in the gym, it's just different now. And I'm not gonna say people are showing their bodies off, but women, you're showing your bodies off, and that's okay. You can be like men. If you start getting a little muscle, you get a little vein, you start, have your shirt up a little bit. That's just what we do.
And I used to have to cut off arms, and right. I used to have that.
Right. And that's just a part of it. But if a woman was looking at you or staring at you, it's not gonna make you uncomfortable just because it's just not. It's just how men are set up. But women are going to feel that way if we stare at them, no matter what they have on.
If y'all get, I'm going to say it up, but if y'all get my book, I describe a scene in the club. The club got hot. I take my shirt off with my white beater. Women was grabbing me back in the day. That's sexual assault.
Right.
But Brandon, here's the thing.
For men. Go ahead.
Ladies may say these clothes are comfortable. Do you believe that, Brandon?
That's the reason they wear them? I'm pretty sure they're comfortable, but it's other clothes that are comfortable.
Okay,
well, you say comfortable or they feel good. I'm pretty sure they feel good. I'll say that. I don't think they're comfortable.
No. What?
Okay. Because I think material on women, I think that's why they wear a certain material, because they probably feel good. And that's that's what they go with. But when you see this, like, can you imagine? I'm not trying to throw you off too much, but imagine if a man was wearing pants
he'll be arrested. He'll be arrested on site.
But that's what I'm saying. Like because we're not trying to show off that part of our body, so we'll wear a white beater or a string. Just that's what we showing off. We showing off this part because we could put a shirt on, right? We could put a baggy shirt on and work out, but no, we want to show our bodies off a little bit, and that's what women do, and it's okay. Like, we get it, but when you're doing one thing, it's gonna lead to something else. Like, if you do every action has a reaction, and the reaction from wearing this guy's gonna be staring at you. I'm not saying they should, but it's gonna happen. I don't know what kind of policies gyms have with you can complain about somebody looking at you or whatever they're gonna do, but
here's a cold hard fact. Y'all may not like. Comfortable clothes are loose, are not tight fitting.
Correct.
So if you wear anything tight fitting, it's not because it feels good to you. No.
All right.
You want something to be tight fitting.
Because it's going to give you the figure that you're looking for. That's why.
Why are you looking for? You're supposed to come there and do reps, Brandon. Brandon, let's get back on topic. Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right. Social media effect. I believe women wear this stuff for attention and fame, Brandon.
I agree.
Now, here's the thing. Guys, be aware of it. If she don't like you, if you show her attention, that is illegal. Now, if she likes you and you show her attention, that's A-okay. Would you agree with that, Brandon?
I agree. I think, I don't know if you've seen some of the videos where girls are recording guys staring at them and they make it a big thing and post it on social media. But, that's what a lot of people are trying to do now. So now women, I'm not going to say actively, but they like to catch men doing stuff like this and put it online because you get views, you get likes, you get stuff like that too. So, and you get people coming to your defense because, that's the thing.
Here's the thing. Ladies invading the free weight space. All right, it's down here. You see that? Women invading free weights. First of all, y'all shouldn't be allowed in there.
I disagree. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because that was naturally the space where you smell sweat, running, and you build calluses.
Right.
on your hands.
And that's an interesting thing because a lot of women are lifting weights, they're grabbing bars, they're doing all these heavy exercises. Like
Brandon, this is new. This is new, Brandon.
So is that what they want? They don't want soft hands anymore. They want them rough hands. I know you put gloves on when you lift and it'll help a little bit, but you're still gonna mess your hands up.
This is the Me Too environment. This is I could do anything a man could do. So I can lift this weight, and if something happens to my body, it may kill me.
Right. And that's okay. As long as I'm by myself, the man don't try to help me because you're just trying to flirt with me or whatever.
I'm trying to say this is new. This is a first.
It's uncharted territory.
Back in the day, I mean early 2000s, you rarely seen a woman in the free weight section.
Yeah, for sure.
And they coming in there and they don't know the mannerisms. Here on free weight, Brandon. Now check this out, Brandon. I'm doing 125-pound man is doing a bench press, Brandon.
Okay.
He has 300 pounds on the bar. A person as a normal weightlifting person with free weights is in the area. You notice this where you look at the person while they doing their set.
You will.
Why is that, Brandon?
Because you know that person is unskilled. They don't know what they're doing. They got too much weight, and you about to see a murder in the gym.
I won't say unskilled. I would say this is maybe too much weight.
Okay.
And it may be a chance this person may give out.
Right.
And I've rarely seen a complete failure. This is when you weight lift, I seen this. You going up, then you just stop. and you can't go higher. And at that point, the person who been peeping the scene, aka gym creep, will come over there, help the person lift the weight up. And then the person, oh man, thank you, God, I was about to kill myself.
But that's an important thing. Like men go through this too. Like men see other men struggling, or they can kind of predict that you're going to struggle with the weight, so they're kind of watching the area, and that's just gym etiquette. And that's what you're supposed to be doing when you're in the gym. Usually, people are in the gym regularly. I'm not gonna say there's no creeps, but people usually have their life kind of situated. They got a routine. These are decent people for the most part. I'm not gonna say always, but when you're in a gym, you see regular people, y'all kind of start having a bond, a friendship. You know, you see them regularly.
No, not. It ain't regular, Brandon. This is gym. This is free weight etiquette.
But I'm just saying, like, when you start going to a gym, it's like part of your home. You kind of look, you're like, all right, this is my gym. If somebody's in here, I'm looking out for them. I got their back. I'm not saying everybody does that, but a lot of people that I've experienced in the gym, they kind of hawk the gym. They kind of walk around. I'm not saying they're looking at women. They're just peeping their gym because they're protective of their gym. And there's a lot of people like that out there that do that. So they're looking for people that don't know what they're doing. They give them advice. I've gotten advice from men. I think one time I did get advice from a woman about how to do an exercise too. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't feel a certain type of way about it, or feel like they was stalking me, or it's not always that. And I think women sometimes think guys are just always after them, and they may be, but sometimes it's not that. Sometimes you can be wrong about a situation.
Boys, and that's in showing resistance to respond to help. Watch this, Brandon. In my experience, this is probably about 50-50. When I had to help a person lift a weight off of them. 25% of the time, a person came to me to request, hey, can you spot me?
Right.
75% of the time, the person they didn't tell me nothing. They was in distress. And I came there to keep the weight from falling on their neck.
And you know how hard that is as a man to ask for help because you can't get something off of you. You thought you could do it, but you can't do it.
Well, no, Brandon, you're wrong. You can't ask for help. Is the shit on your damn neck, Brandon?
But no, you can. But I do. If you see me doing it, I'm asking for help. If I'm frozen on the bar, I'm asking for help. I'll do this. I'll be looking around. That's asking for help because that's all you can do.
See, people will go to the gym and don't know their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, majority of the time, most of the time, me and Eric, or without me and Eric, I never max out. I never know my max weight. Mm-hmm. I never. Because I'm not looking for a person. I'm not looking to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to say, danger, danger, danger.
Right.
You know, I never max out. But some people will come to the gym, say, I'm about to max out, and they need a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And some people go to the gym, they don't know the fuck the hell they doing.
That's a lot of people.
And they muscles fail, then they need somebody who's looking to help them lift it up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gym etiquettes, man.
Right.
Because and women don't know them.
No, and like I say, we're not saying that people aren't, because people do be doing some weird stuff, and I've seen it. But not every case is somebody creeping and you got to record and, you know, make a big thing about it. Like, we don't want to try to blame the victim, but like I said, look at this top this woman has on. If you're in the gym, I'm just telling you, somebody gonna look at you. You're in the gym, you either on a treadmill, you walking, you trying to take your mind elsewhere, you watch your ESPN, you watch whatever you're watching in front of you, you're looking around, like you're gonna notice everybody in the gym. If you're there an hour, you're gonna look at them at least twice, I think. Now, sometimes you might be looking at somebody too long, and that's when a problem is, I guess, comes, and somebody notice, like, if you know when somebody's watching you, or you make eye contact in the gym.
Not if I'm watching.
What you mean?
So watch this. For 2015 and 2015.
What?
I was motivated to go to the gym because all them women, them white women be in there with the booty.
And did you ever make eye contact? Because like
I said, you won't know if I'm looking at you. Because I can look.
I'm not saying you make eye contact because you're looking at them. You make eye contact because you're looking around and you actually look at somebody and they looking dead at you. Because that does happen too. Like women,
that ain't never happened. Not in the gym. I won't make that happen.
But I'm just saying, women look at men too while they're working out. Because I think we all kind of analyze. Okay, I'm looking at his form, or I'm looking at her form. Okay, she knows what she's doing in the gym. He don't know what he's doing. He kind of knows what he's doing. He look like a trainer. Maybe I could ask him for advice or help with this workout because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So I think some of that does go on in the gym too.
You're right. It's been a lot of times. Well, I can't remember, but it's been a lot of times where I heard somebody on a machine and that weight was yeah, that's what you hear me.
Right.
You're doing it wrong.
Right. And that's just what happens. Right, because I think we all know what's going on in the gym. Like if I look at you and you over here like this, you're smooth. It's you like, okay, you know what you're doing. If I look over, you doing this, and it's like I was like, okay, you don't know what you're doing all the way. I could give you some advice on how to do it, but then you start weighing, should I step to you and be like, you're doing it wrong, or are you gonna feel a certain type of way? Because it's men and women doing stuff the wrong type of way, but you can't say stuff to everybody because people will take it the wrong way.
And here's the thing. Now, bullet number 4, resistance to respond to help. So now the social media effect is getting when guys don't want to help women in distress because they don't know if I be labeled as a creep.
Mm-hmm.
Will this moment become viral? They don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
They don't know what's going to happen.
So what is your advice now? Because it is a thing, like women feel this way, they're going to be recording. What should guys do when we're in the gym? Like we're telling the men of the metaverse what to do when you're in the gym. Should you just focus on your workout and get out of there? Or should you still be who you are? You see somebody that needs help, give them some help.
This is my day 2 at the gym, Brandon. If 3 years ago, this say my state 3 years ago was now.
Mm-hmm.
I may be too aggressive at the gym and had to change my schedule.
What you mean?
The reason being the last bullet, socializing over lifting.
Mm-hmm.
2 days in a row. Planet Fitness got 4 main machines that you could do like squats and bench press on. 4 of them. Each day, 50% of the machines was used up for over an hour with people doing, well, women doing lower body for an hour long and resting 10 minutes between sets.
Right.
Hogging up the machine.
Right.
So I don't know what, Brandon, why get in the zone? Well, I want to go in there to bitch up 300 pounds, and then I want to rest for like 40 seconds to a minute and a half to come back and do another 300 pounds. I don't got time for a person, 2 guys today for an hour on the cell phone, Brandon.
Right.
They talking machine. I'm in there for an hour and some change. They talking the whole time. Every 15 minutes they do a set.
Right.
Now, when I get back into that mode, I don't know what I'm gonna do, Brandon.
And that's the thing, like people are watching to try to figure out what set you on. Are you almost finished?
Yeah, to get in there.
Yeah, to get in there.
See, that's gym etiquette, and young folks don't know about no gym etiquette.
Right.
Because watch this. While I was in the threes, it was a whole thing. I listened to Pastor Troy, not his first album, the album with Universal. If they kill me, y'all best be ready to move. Right. I had to listen to that, or I listened to Rick Ross and Young Jeezy. On that song, we got the big beard, the purple. Well, look up Rick Ross and Young Jeezy. I listened to that song, War Ready.
War Ready. That's what I was about to say. I wasn't sure that's one.
And I fast forward to Young Jeezy part. You see, I'm completely zoned out.
So wait, you ain't listening to Drake when you lifting weights?
Brandon, I can, but I'm talking about I'm putting 300 pounds.
With you.
So I'm completely in a different world. And I can't
in a different mode too.
Yeah, I can't have these young people using up all day. I don't get too many days to do this.
Yeah.
But the etiquette at the gym is horrible.
What time do you go? I think that's an important thing because I used to run into the same issue. Like if you go during the day, it's gonna be everybody in there. So I used to try to go maybe like 3 a.m. This was before COVID too, because I think I wasn't sure if Planet Fitness was always 24/7 during COVID when I was going, but
they say they 24/5. That's what the door was saying.
Right. So the time you go is very important too, because if you go in this crowded, your workout, whatever you set out to do may be interrupted and it's gonna mess your workout up.
Saturday I went 6 o'clock. Today I said, let me turn off this retirement. I ain't that damn serious. And I drank a little alcohol, little too much alcohol, so I know they ain't gonna work out. So I went 8 o'clock today. So 6 o'clock and 8. And tomorrow I'll probably go maybe 7 to 6. I need to get back into I'm getting a little too soft, Brandon.
What you mean?
I used to get up at like 6, 5:30 every day.
That's when I kind of get up. I wake. Hold on, my wife here. Hold on 1 second.
All right. I used to get up when I worked in the factory at 5:30, 6 o'clock every single day. And I used to brag and say, I got so much work done by 10 o'clock that most people do in an entire day. And I'm trying to get back to that mode. That was
What'd you say?
I used to, Brandon, while I worked in the factory, I used to get up from 5:30 to 6 o'clock every single day.
I got you.
Now, while I worked in the factory, it was like 5 o'clock. But I used to get so much work done before 10 o'clock that most people would get done the whole entire day.
Right. And it make you feel good being that productive.
Yeah.
So, like I say, I know I can do better going to the gym. I've been going for about a week straight consistently now. My daughter goes down there with me sometimes, and they got like one of them little boxing things where you can punch the guy. So we got some boxing glove because she's into boxing now. So we
Hold
kind of
on,
did
what you
that
mean
today.
she boxing?
She want to box. She be punching me. She be punching that little man. We got some
What
boxing
little
gloves.
man?
Like one of them little dummies you can punch where it's on a weight.
Okay.
So she's been punching that and doing that. So we did a little bit more of that. And I don't know a lot about boxing, but I know a little bit to kind of coach you a little bit. So I said I was going to look up some more stuff so I can kind of show her how to box if that's something she want to do. Because I asked her, I was like, "Is this something you into?" She said, "Yes." Yeah. So I've been like, "Okay, well, we're gonna take it serious. I let her do some of the treadmill, some of the boxing. Try to do some pull-ups, some sit-ups. Just because that's something she's into right now. She want to be fit. She want to be in shape. So that's what we've been doing lately."
Man, you need to get well. Is she in school yet?
Not yet.
If she need to be in school, see if she gets some fights.
And that's what I told her. I'm like, look, if when you go to real school, it could be a conflict, or you could see somebody that needs some help, and you have to step in. And something.
Wait, hold on, what do you mean? See somebody needs some help? You ain't come gang violence over here.
No, I'm not saying that. Your friend might be getting beat up or something.
Okay, that's where you got it. That's where you got to come in.
Right, so that does happen in school, so you got to be able to defend yourself, and I kind of talked to her about that kind of stuff. And you do need to tell the teacher your first instinct shouldn't be to start fighting somebody, but like I said, I'm not gonna be upset if that's what had to happen, because kids are gonna fight, and that may be something that happens one day. So you got to be ready for that as a parent.
The reason I say that, because is she willing to get hit? That's
no,
but you never know.
But that's what I'm saying. And I was telling her to put a guard up, and I was like, I'm gonna punch you.
Oh, geez.
But listen. So I hit her, and
put the guard.
Lord. But no, when you have your gloves on and you're punching. So I accidentally punched her, and the glove hit her in the face. And I'm like, you got hit, but you got to keep going, and you have to deal with the pain. And before we got the boxing gloves, she was punching with her fist, and she was like, "This hurts." I was like, "That's a part of it, because when you're punching stuff, it's gonna hurt your hands, but you have to build up the tolerance for the pain if you want to do this."
How did she do with the hurt?
She kept going. She was just saying it hurts, but she kept punching and punching through. So I'll keep you updated on that, because we do plan to go, and I got some gloves too. And I was like, "This is pretty fun." I'm not saying I'm into boxing, but I'm going to do some more, because it's just good to do something different, where it's not like you don't like lifting. Lifting seems hard for me. Like boxing is kind of easy. You're just punching, and your mind is different for me.
Boxing is harder, Brett.
But I'm saying it may be harder, but it's more fun. It's more enjoyable than doing 10 reps. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. That's why I always promote. You got a beach. You could have a beach body, or you can have a real body. A lot of guys go to the gym to have a beach body.
Uh-huh.
That means they get in the fight, they can't use none of their damn strength. Like, check this out.
Right.
Brandon Redfern, this is Black History Month right here. Oh, damn, put your last name. Brandon was a skinny guy, right? What'd you say you was a skinny guy?
Correct.
Brandon was struggling lifting 125 pounds. Me and Eric was at the gym doing 270 on the bench press.
Right.
But if we come to real life, Brandon was just as strong as us in real life.
What you mean? When we start wrestling and stuff? What you mean?
Basketball, anything.
Oh, okay.
You were just as strong as us as real life.
Right. But then that's an important part. Like, you can be gym strong, but you also need to know how to be real life strong. Like doing manual work, like that'll make you strong. Like mechanics, you talking about some strong people, mechanics, truck drivers. Like, I don't know, something about lifting stuff every day that make you stronger. Not as opposed to going to a gym. If I saw somebody in the gym versus a mechanic, I'm betting on the mechanic. All right, that's saying down, because I know he gonna wash them.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
So
if you have if a thug, a black thug, he thugged out versus a brick mason.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
That brick mason gonna whip his ass. that brick mason gonna be the bad man. Gonna be the real bad. And I learned don't mess with no. That's why we got to build up working man.
Right.
So working man ain't afraid of nothing.
Right. And funny story, because I tell Ty, my wife, that too sometimes. Like her dad worked at Cooper Tires all his life. He got some big heads. Like some of them old school men like that. You don't want to mess with them. You may think you're gonna beat them, but there's a different cut of man than what we have nowadays. Like our young people. And just go ahead.
You can look this up on the internet. In a lot of cases in New York on the subway, a hard-working man and a young whippersnapper come up to him. Not young, but a grown whippersnapper.
I know
and see the outcomes.
Right.
And see the outcomes.
Right. You may think you know who's gonna win, but
man, I worked around Brandon. We probably cut it pretty soon at it.
Yeah, we'll stop.
Brandon, I worked around some guys was throwing 80,000 pounds in a day. Under time. That motherfucking shit, that conveyor went around every 20 to 30 seconds. And they had to put 16 bricks
on it
in a box. And the bricks was 400 degrees.
Right.
with sand coming off in your face. And yeah, like it.
Right.
So
but let me ask you this. Why
4 pounds each.
Why do we feel like we gotta produce stuff at that high of a rate, just because we could do it? Do
Brandon,
you think
I had to get numbers out, Brandon? What the hell you talking about?
Do you
numbers out?
What do you think these people were paid for? They were paid correctly for the type of work they were doing?
Brandon, these was illegal immigrants. All right. Half on the speak no English. They came over here looking for a better life and they got it. Lifting 16 bricks at 4 pounds a piece at 400 degrees with sand. Every time you lift it up, sand and dust blowing in your face at 400 degrees. And I'm gonna hit it. And guess what? And how I wear them over, this is when I was young. I took off my shirt. Fuck this motherfucker. I'm throwing the bricks. And I
kind of get in, right?
Yeah, and I could do it until the bricks came down to your feet when you had to pick them up at your feet and come up with it. That's what took me out. Because, Latino guys ain't shorter. So I come up there. I come see this hard from the top. Boy, I had to go down to the feet. Lift the bitch up. Yeah, man.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, they was paid, Brandon. They was paid, Brandon. Everyone had during the time they was getting the house. They was saving for a house. Black folks. While your black asses on the streets bull jabbing. Those Spanish boys working together, saving their money to buy a house. They may not keep doing that because house prices are ridiculous. But it was buying a house. They'll buy a house for $60,000 cash.
Right.
All their friends know how to work on the house. Put new floors in it. Put some fresh lime green paint on the inside. Some fresh orange paint on the inside. And some fresh other than they like them colors like that. and be doing it up. What the man what my homeboy, what my man said. We eating beef pork chops. We got beef pork chops on the grill, man. Beef pork chops on the grill. See,
they could flip the house if they wanted to too. Because
they ain't flipping no house.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying you have the option when you know how to fix up houses. If you
buying the house with the lime green orange paint in the inside, Brandon. They ain't think they living in them.
I hear you.
Yeah,
But they
shit.
have a skill that you can make money off of.
And black people used to do the same thing. We don't do it no more. Now we can't. Now we hype up single parents. We
athletes,
hype up
rappers.
nah. Let me roll with this brand. We
Go
hype
ahead,
up single parents. We hype on big old tax returns. We hype up I don't need no man. At the same time, we in last place. Been over here for 400 years, but we behind the Asian people, which I like the Asian people. They buy most of my stuff on eBay, so they got the most money, but buying the top quality, the stuff I sell on eBay. So figure that out.
Right.
We hype up the white people over us. That's a known fact. And now the Hispanic people over us. So you've been over here for 400 years. Everybody done run you.
But if you look on social media and you look on TV, it looks like we're up there too, because we have all the nice things. We have successful actors and athletes. So, Louis, do you know any Mexican NBA players?
I don't need to know no Mexican NBA players. Can they do it better than us? I can go to a Mexican restaurant. I could go to a Mexican store. I could go to get my clothes cleaned by the Mexican people. I could hire a Mexican contractor. If I want to do the same thing in black, it'll take me damn a month to find them people. I had to travel 500 miles to do all that shit.
And we know how to do it. We knew how to do it. We had the businesses, but either one generation didn't pick it up. Somebody dropped the ball. We dropped the ball somewhere. And if we don't go back to those things, because those industries will always thrive, because those services are always necessary, especially if we're supporting them.
Correct. Houses was built, the average house was built 50 years old. So they don't got no damn dryer in them. All right. And they ain't pipe, and they don't got the piping to run the water to the washing machine. They go into the laundromat. You know what I'm saying? And why we can't own it? Why we can't own the
because we want to be in the NBA. Louis, are there any Chinese players in the NBA anymore? Who? Jeremy Lin's gone. Is there any? Can you name an Asian football player in the NFL? Like, I'm pretty sure they are. They know that's not where they need to focus on, but our focus is to get to the NBA, get to the NFL. That's what a lot of parents are betting on. They want their kids to go to NBA, NFL, even though that's a long shot. But there's other ways to make money. There's other ways to be successful.
Brandon, I have an idea. What? Maybe once this trying to blow up, maybe we could do it.
What?
We need to, how you put people in positions, and then once they get that degree, they work for you. We need to have some damn electricians, contractors, and plumbers work for us.
Right. And we had a cook that was going to school for to be an electrician, and he was saying how they're taking a lot of classes fast and doing a lot of tests, but it speeds up the whole process, and then he's ready to go out in the field and work under somebody making a certain amount of money. Then he can do it on his own, and then he can have people underneath him. Like, it's a way they got it set up now where it's almost impossible for you to lose, and it's through a tech school. So,
here's the thing, Brandon. What I'm talking about.
I get what you're saying, though.
We fund you to go to school, but when you get out, you owe us and you work for us.
So you want to be like the record company?
How I be like Brandon? How I'm being like the record company, Brandon?
You're gonna try to get somebody in advance so they can record their album, and then when the album do well, you pay us back, and we own part of your earnings.
You think we'll F them up in the long run?
No, no, I don't think so. I think it's a good way to build a chain that's not going to be broken, and you're going to continue to add links to it. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Or they come on the team; they be part of the team. Then, like you saw the people I put up there. They all part of it. Everybody's valued.
Yeah, I was looking at, and I know we don't try to talk about a lot of other channels, but I was looking at Boyce Watkins' channel, and why isn't his channel like, because his message is great. What he stands for is great. He always does a great live stream, great dialogue. He has a lot of knowledge, but it's not connecting with the people. Like, it's connecting with some people, but like, how are we gonna be? I guess what are we gonna do that's different from what he's doing, so we can be successful or more successful, and not to be like on a comparative level, but like I say, how are we gonna build a base?
Boris Watkins channel is for entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
For the past 4 to 5 years, he hasn't said nothing new. He just talks about what's going on in the media, kind of similar to what we do here.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get stuck where you can't grow because you're doing too much entertainment with not enough solutions.
Well, black people, you'll blow up more doing more entertainment than solutions. Boris Watkins, you got to be careful with him. I watched 20 minutes of him today, so I am a supporter.
Mm-hmm. I watched some too today.
But here's the thing: he talks about black schools and black people can do our own things, but at the same time, he said all my stepdaughters are going to school, going to a white man, go get a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So if his school, his black school, was so valuable, why his wife is requiring her kids to go to a white school to get a degree? Why?
Because we still look up to those white schools, those institutions, for validation, for acceptance in the real world, so we can get a job.
Correct. So you have to read through the small print with Mr. Boris Watkins. I mean, one of my guys I listen to, Diamond Dave, he put a steal of both Watkins talk about black this and black this. At the same time, he had a PWI, a Pardemu white in an institution shirt on.
Yeah.
So he was talking all this black stuff, but had a shirt promoting a white school.
I got
so you got that. I don't know. I like him, but maybe in 2017, he don't teach. He don't add no value.
Yeah. Does he have like a Patreon or something? Because I think he has a lot of knowledge, but I think sometimes people don't want to give it away for free every day on YouTube.
Okay. All right. He does have a lot of channels like teach you how to buy options. He does have a educational course program that show, and he actually hire out different people to teach you how to buy houses. So he do offer stuff, but he don't really give no useful information on the internet, in my opinion, anymore.
Yeah, I got you. Anymore. And he's been doing it for a long time. And like I say, you kind of gotta learn how to have longevity, have continuous growth on these platforms, because the people are growing, they're getting older, and you got another generation coming. So you have to find a way to stay current, stay popular, stay in the algorithm, and like I say, have something for everybody. I think that's one of the reasons he just doesn't have something for everybody. It's a small group. He says it's B1, and it's the same thing over and over again, which is fine, like I say, but I just want him to switch it up a little bit. Like I say, it's no shots at him, but you give people criticism. I'm sure people got criticism for us, and that's the way you grow. You can't get in your feelings about criticism. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Now, here at Man on the Metaverse, I'm gonna say this. I know people ain't really listening, but if we have more subscribers, and if Brandon, we could do more videos, I can bring more value that you could use to this program.
Yeah.
But that information takes some time.
Mm-hmm. And we gotta make sure people are ready for it. Like, we still honing in our craft. Like we doing this for about a year almost. Like that's
over a year.
That's not a lot of time in it, I think with a lot of other platforms, they've got like 5 years in YouTube, and they can do it with no problem, but it's still just the same thing, and they kind of stuck, I guess.
Here at Man on the Metaverse, if we get the support, I can teach you without all these companies charging you how to improve your credit.
Right.
Here at the Man on the Metaverse, we can teach you how to buy a house. Here at Man on the Metaverse, we can teach you how to improve your lives. Here at Man on the Metaverse, we can teach you how to purchase stuff without using your cash up front. We can teach you all of the stuff, but we gotta have the subscribers to put it down.
And it's not something we haven't done. Like, we've done this. We're grown men. We're almost 40 years old. Like, so we have a lot of the experience. We've seen a lot. We've seen what works and what hasn't worked. So we have a lot of game to give to young men, to men our age, to men even older than us. But the thing is, we have to have a community. We have to have a trust. And I think that's what we're going to try to start building at some point.
Like, for example, the equipment I'm using right now, I purchased on a credit card. Brandon, you know I do credit cards, right?
Correct.
But how I teach people how to purchase major stuff on the credit cards, you pay no interest. But here's the other thing. On this particular purchase, I may use my outside income to pay for this. So it does not mess with my earned income.
Gotcha.
I teach like Brandon, boy, Black History Month is Brandon. Okay.
Right. That's right. Did you see what I named this? I am Black History Month. I am Black History, because we are, what we're doing in this lifetime with our decisions, we're making history. A lot of our ancestors, they were enslaved. The next generation did a lot. We're doing a lot, and it's just going to keep getting better. It's dependent on the decisions that we make now. And I only want to get better. I only want to get smarter, and I want to make money. And that's what we're here to do. We make our lives easier, I guess, so we can enjoy our family and the time that they're here.
Now, what you mean, Brandon? If you want to make money, we'll talk about how bad Black women are. The whole.
But no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying, like, we want to make money, because I think the lack of money leads to other things, and I think crime, and you end up down a different rabbit hole, and that's not where we want Black men or men in general to do. We want to Go ahead.
Now watch this. I'm going to the gym, Brandon. You know it's a good motivation to go to the gym?
What? Being alive?
No. The better you look, the more money you will get.
Correct.
Plain and simple. So if you're fat and ugly, you're gonna make less money. So imagine I get myself more trimmer, more attractive. So now I can start reaching out to jobs that pay 100, 110, 120. Maybe, and when they look at me, oh, he could do it. Look how good he look. You see? You see how it all works? But they ain't gonna tell you that on no other channel. Fat people get paid less. When you look at a fat person, you look at, I'm not motivated. I don't care about myself.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. I'm lazy. And that is not necessarily true, but that's how people look at you.
Right. And also, men want, whether they want to admit it or not, they want women. And you naturally want that. And you got to take care of yourself if that's what you want. I know we're not trying to go there, but yeah, that's going to help you in those areas too.
Correct. At the beginning of this program, when I lost 80 pounds, I said I wanted women who I wanted. I didn't want women who wanted me. I wanted women that I wanted. So the better chance to get women that I wanted was to lose weight, right, Brandon?
Right.
And now I had an opportunity to get women I wanted. I didn't have to settle to women who want me.
And then the next step is, after you get these women, to figure out if those women are for you. So I think that's what a lot of platforms forget. Like, they want you to get these women that you want, but a lot comes with that too.
Brandon is correct. I only put my penis in things that's good. You know, I ain't you know, it ain't gonna be no hood. No, well, you know why I thought about it, Brandon?
What?
When you said Lewis a long time, you always been like that, been so picky at choosing. I said yes, but no, that was wrong, Brandon. I ain't get like that. I ain't get like Pacific till I got older, a little more mature.
Yeah.
Because between 18 and
because you don't care.
You
don't really care.
Yeah, now I did have a point. You had to be pretty. Now, but your character may not necessarily have to be there. so you still had to be. I ain't like all these guys. Are like I can do anybody. You still had to be pretty.
Right, I got you. You got a standard. But we'll wrap this up.
Go ahead. Do you remember when you said that to me?
Kinda. I was trying to think.
Have you always been like that? I said, yes, I have. But nah. 18 to 21, you had to be pretty.
Right. And I think we kind of forget about how we were, you know, the older we get. Because it just becomes, this is your new normal. So it just feel like any other way, you kind of forget about it.
You couldn't be a skank too. Now, if they was running trains on you, one set, my penis can't go behind another penis. You gotta be 30 days free. You know, 30 days free. So but you had to be pretty, but you know what I'm saying, right?
I know what you're saying. Men of the Metaverse Code. I ain't gonna repeat it because got my family behind me, but we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
I was gonna talk about that the Myrtle Beach. Remember we went to the Myrtle Beach? And,
which one?
But not the first time. The second time when Eric had that girl.
She's pretty in the face, but man, I'm telling you, Brandon, we went in that room. And that thing was so that thing was strong.
That's what I was thinking about.
I ain't never at Brandon.
He didn't care.
Hey, you know when you back in the day you smoked some stuff in the house and the smoke like settled down, be going through the room. That's how thick the odor was. That's how thick with the odor was.
That's crazy.
And she was pretty in the face, and man. But hey, her friend done me wrong, man. I thought it was right. Ain't nothing happened though.
Life and times, right.
You see, that's what I'm saying. She was pretty, but I didn't know the character though.
Or the hygiene.
No, not with her. Now that was our friend.
Okay,
the other one. But man, that was fun times, man. Yeah. That was fun times. What you talk? Why you gonna bring us something about Myrtle Beach the second time?
No, because that wasn't the first year we went down. That was the second.
See, the first year, I was too analytical. Okay. No, man, that was bad, man. That was bad. Nah.
Yeah, you was.
No, that was bad.
Which was a good thing.
What you mean?
Because the people we picked up.
No, see, our friend brought at one point he bought his girlfriend at the time there to like the next day.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And I said I can't do nothing because I didn't have no protection.
Right. Because oh man, I forgot about that.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because then she got past to you. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
not like that. I'm just saying.
Oh Jesus!
Because he was in a relationship. I forgot all about that.
And I guess the family. I guess that's why they do that because it was passed to me.
Right. I forgot all about that.
That was God looking out for me.
Right. I forgot all about that. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up because this is.
Yeah. Oh man, see.
Now we'll tell that story on the Patreon. On our Patreon when we had it.
Yeah, the standards was low then, man, but they were still high. God still blessed me high for the protection.
Right. That's funny. I need to call him and ask him about that. That was funny.
Ask him about what? You know what happened.
But I just want to know what was going through his mind, because that's a lot to deal with, especially back then.
Brandon, the girls was pretty, Brandon.
Okay, that's fine. But then when your girlfriend show up,
so what? You're pimping, Brandon.
That's what I'm saying. He was young.
How did she get down there?
I don't know, but I just remember they was saying it was like she coming down there too. That's crazy. This is
and he been the same. He been the same then. That they got him wrapped around his finger.
That's funny.
Be the same then. Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, we can cut it out, brother.
But that's crazy. We'll have to talk about that later. But
yeah,
guys, thank you for bearing with us through that. I know y'all don't know that whole story. We'll have to tell that one day. But thank you for watching the Men of the Metaverse podcast. I am Brandon, aka Beastad. This is Lewis from My Life, My Money Media. Please like and subscribe. Check out all our other videos. Lewis is always posting good shorts, especially Black History Month. Like the Black History shorts you've been doing are really good, and the numbers are showing. And it's just good to get that information out to people, because you don't even know your own history, because they don't really talk about it, and they don't want to give you no props on starting stuff and being the trendsetters. So keep it up. Like I said, we'll have to try to record again soon.
I'll go.
We're not rushing.
I need 30 seconds after you hit that live.
All right, we'll end it. Y'all. Thanks for watching, y'all. The